Hey guys, I'm here with Isla del Sol. Check out how amazing this thing looks like. This is a great flower. It's botanical, it's white, but come on, look at this amazing thing. Let's turn it around. Holy moly, this is great. This is actually great. And the light is great right now. I love everything about it. And that's the longest flower that I have seen in a while. At least from plants that aren't having like Echinopsis in it with super long tubes. But for columnar trichocereus, that's a crazy long tube and all. I mean, not even the tube. This whole thing is so long and big. Looks oversized. The diameter was pretty big too. I mean, look at this. If you count the length of this thing to the length of this thing down here, I mean, I've measured it earlier and we will do it right now too. So let's get started. Okay, so just want to show you the length of the flower. Don't want to damage it. So look at this. It's just the length. Now let's do the diameter. Like I just I got a really bad spine just now. So okay, now see, like from that thing up there to that thing there, that's 23, something like that, between 22 and 23. That's great. That's great for breeding. That's superb. I love it. This is a great video, by the way. I can already tell. And I want to discuss something. I've been unprofessional. I brought my pollen bags and I smeared coffee all over them. The pollen, everything was wet. You know, when you want to be a professional breeder, don't do that. Don't be like that. But so sometimes it happens. I don't know. So this is Pretty Baby, Reinhard Liske hybrid, Wurlitz, crazy colors, like pink stripes, but more colorful in a way. And the other one is Arboricola crossed with variegated Grandiflorus. And one of those two will be the father, and I'm strongly leaning towards Pretty Baby because the flower is so good and we only have very little pollen. We only have pollen for maybe one pollination. Actually, it might not be enough for one. So I asked myself, which plant do you want to use it on? And I wanted to do like make the decision on the fly when I see the flower. And I've seen this thing and thought, oh yeah, we will use the little pollen that we have and try to get something here. If we had Bamboy, we would use it. I mean, I might have a little bit left in the bag, but it's probably also not enough for pollination. So I think it will be Pretty Baby. And I want to do the pollination now. I want to get a little bit of pollen for breeding to use this as fodder. I mean, look at the size. I need to find a way to get there without damaging the flower. So now I will get me a tripod and then we will start here. I had to steal myself away from the pets. Like, as I'm spending a large part of the morning just doing stuff for the pets, for Mika and Kami. That little cactus organization, I mean, it's probably bothering them. I can't find the tripod again. There's probably a disorder that is named exactly after that, after what I'm doing here with my tripods that I can never find, or with my gloves that I can never find. I'm sure there's a medical term for it, but I don't want to know. Oh, I've seen it. Okay, in the greenhouse. There it is. Yeah, while we're here, check out the flower buds everywhere. I was out tonight looking for slugs, but apparently one. Look at this, man. I think I need to go out in the middle of the night again tonight. I walked around here trying to see in almost darkness, and yeah, that must be slugs. I will find them. I need to move up the pots where these spots are. Oh, at least that one has another flower, so I can see how the flower looks like. And this one too, but it's really not okay. I try to be nice to them. I just bring them out, but they do not appreciate it. They do not pay it back with not eating my flowers. Okay, I think we would set up here. Okay. Just trying to get to my coffee. So, I brought a bag, one of these pollen bags, and I'm out of them. I only have maybe 3, 4. So I brought a few old ones that were used for seeds, because any pollen in there is long gone. But I need to order new ones. That stuff's expensive. I might have to no longer split it up. I sometimes collect maybe 20, 30 bags of pollen. And yeah, I could put it all in one bag, but it's a little bit easier to use when you have it in readily available, ready to use sizes. So yeah, I will get me a brush and then we collect pollen. And after that we do the pollination. Give me a second. Okay, so I just need to, I don't know, this plant here cannot be moved at this point. It's just, I had to fix it in between two bigger plants to get it to grow straight. I wanted to have it in exactly this angle, so it grows straight. And I just can't move this plant right now without messing it all up or risking to break it. So it will be a little bit difficult to collect the pollen right now. We need to work around these spines here. That's a bad thing. I hate it. So that's how I like it so far. I hate it. But it works. Collecting pollen now. And I will put it all in one bag. That's already a lot. We will leave a lot of pollen for the insects. I mean, the flowering plants at some point will be locked up in the greenhouse, and I want to say it again, this year we will just have fun with the hobby again. I will not do the clinical lock-up that I used to do for the commercial market. When I make crosses here, I do it among friends. We are just doing some work. And if we get seeds, that's great, but they will probably not be sold. And if they were sold, I would just write, hey man, father unknown, if we are doing an open pollinated thing. But in this case, we do it right. We use Pretty Baby as father. I just want to say, in general, on this channel, for the future, I'm done with jumping through all these hoops just to comply with whatever standard you need to meet. I mean, they're there for good reason. But at some point, as a grower, I'm still trying to enjoy this hobby and film what I do. We are doing more in a like educational way in the future. I want to use this channel to educate and not so much to produce seeds. I don't care about the seeds. The seeds are a positive byproduct of a hobby that I love, that I really love. And yeah, calling it hobby is maybe a little understatement, but you get what I mean. So I want to have fun with the hobby again. But we will also like build together a bunch of tags for the pollinations. Today I want to film that. I might put like a longer version in the members section, but I'm not sure. We will see how long we have to do it. I want to maybe put together 50 labels that we can wrap around the flowers. I usually put punch holes into these little tags that you have for plants, and wrap a wire around it, and that's pretty good. Especially for the large plants, Trichocereus, plants that have a bigger tube where you can wrap it around. The smaller ones, the Lobivia, for example, they have very short tubes. With them, it's a whole different story. I do not like to make a lot of crosses with Lobivia. They flower excessively sometimes with 20 flowers at once, and you need to be very careful about not like the plants can easily fall over with the small size that they have, and once a plant falls over, it usually loses the labels. So Lobivia crosses take a lot of time, and you have a fruit that has maybe 20 to 50 seeds. If you compare it to this one here, I think the flower should tell me a little bit about the size of the fruit, and if the fruit is as big as the flower, there could be over, I don't know, couple thousand. When everything's right, when everything's pollinated and all, maybe 1,000. Let it be 1,000. But this is a huge flower. I expect the fruit to be no different. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of pollen right now, and I want to collect it because if you look at the size of this thing, this would be great for Hilde crosses, these hanging basket plants with these small flowers, or Cactus, which is something similar. If you could use this to increase the size of them, like of the flowers in the next generation, you could use this as fodder on Hilde and maybe get a super big flower for these kinds of hybrids. Flowers on those are often small, and that's where you could use this. Or maybe a Cantora. This kind of flower size could even improve a Cantora, both in regards to size of the flower and the body. I mean, the body looks great, looks better than Cantora. And you can handle it. It's not so dangerous. Okay, so I collected pollen. I sat on a cactus. I sat on a cactus. I was fine in my behind. Not one, multiple. Man. Ugh. This happens all the time. Yes, here is this thing again. Super nice. I will do my pollination now, but I wanted to set up the camera in from a different view, different position. It's just so nice. Yeah, but I need to put it down again now, so the angle will be a little bit different. Okay, so yeah, we will use Pretty Baby. there's barely any pollen. If I feel like the pollen is not enough for one pollination, then I might pollinate with bamboy, with the little rest that we have in that bag too. But we will see how much pollen is in there. I just need a brush and then we start. Gotta get me new brushes from the house. I disinfected them and now I need them and they are gone. So this is the coffee pollen, coffee mug pollen. I just hope it works. Sorry, I had to disturb this hoverfly. It was just having a great time at the stigma. But someone's trying to work. We're not all just having fun here. So, pollinated with Pretty Baby might be a waste of a good cross, because when you have so little pollen, it's best to use it on another plant that is very similar, like pink stripes, for example. I thought about doing a cross between pink stripes and Pretty Baby. That cross would have a higher rate of success, higher chance of success. But we will try it anyway. Who cares, you know? Luckily, we are not forced to make a certain quota, so we have enough to sell. All good. We can take time. We can risk making, I don't know, from 100 crosses, losing most. Maybe 80 to 85. We can do the risk. We can take the risk. There's no pressure in that regard. The only pressure that there is that I'm going broke in between, but that is all. Everything else, no problemo. We would just try to make crosses that are interesting, that could in some form produce nice flowers or interesting new bodies. We can combine a lot of species that haven't been used before. So this is an interesting channel. I love my channel. I'm subscribed. So yeah, this is Isla del Sol from like Lake Titicaca, and it's a very unique population. In my opinion, this could be a separate species, a correct species, unlike a lot of others. They should look really closely into these plants and how they stand out in comparison to Bridgesi, Echinopsis laginiformis. How they, if they belong to that species or not, or if it's something that maybe shares an ancestor, stuff like that, They need to look into that, compare it to all these similar species from that region. Also Scopolycola. I mean, it would be interesting to see. Cuscensis, because it's been a lot of talk about it being some form of like intermediate between Bridgesi and Cuscensis. That might be the case, but it needs to be tested. That's a theory, and all good theories eventually get tested and either thrown out or not. So we'll see. But I think they should do more work on those, because I find them pretty unique compared to other species. There's a lot of potential in these species because barely anyone knows them. They are so like specialty collectors need to invest a lot of time to find like stuff like on eBay. You find a plant with a completely different name and you need to look it up and all that stuff. It takes a lot of time, and most breeders don't have like that kind of long-term investment into something, so they don't do it. I'm just glad that I can work with this now. There's very little pollen in that bag. I mean, I'm brushing around. It's like I'm doing homeopathy. I might really pollinate this with little bit of bamboy that we have left, but we'll see. I wanna see if the flower closes fast. If the flower closes fast, then we might have a chance. But I would really like to have a fruit from this. This is very good. Okay, so now the cross was Isla del Sol crossed with Pretty Baby by Reinhard Liske, from the cross Wörlitz, Flying Saucer and Cantora. A little bit different than most of the other Wörlitz Cantora hybrids. I like the flower color of Pretty Baby a lot. That's a cool hybrid. I got it from 2 different people, I think. Both gifted them to me, and it says a lot when 2 good breeders think it's a worthy plant to have. So I'm glad that I can now make crosses with it too. Okay, yeah, we'll see. I'll keep an eye on the flower, on this really special flower that had a great scent. When I opened the door, I was hit by a wave, and I was out tonight to look for slugs, and at that point there was nothing. I had my head close by the flower, and I couldn't smell anything. So whatever happened, the pollen became like airborne. Yeah, okay. I will do more reels with this plant. Maybe I will do another video. I just feel like it's a great plant. Very happy because this came from a friend of mine who is no longer alive, who passed away, and he had never seen the flower. I had never seen the flower, and it was just one of those plants. I almost lost it. I was already happy that I could keep it alive when like a few plants got frost, when a heater broke, and I was very happy that this was one of the plants that made it. And seeing it flower now is great. And I've gotten 2 plants from this cactus friend, and both have flowered now within the last 2 years, 2 or 3 years. And it's a great feeling. Okay. Yeah, thank you for being here, guys. I appreciate it. In the next days I will do more stuff. No idea how and when and why, but I will just be spontaneous and look at all the flowers that are opening up and show what's possible. But now I want to go on to the other side to show you the other side of the plant. I mean, I haven't filmed that yet. There's the body. Spines rather blunt. Easy to handle, no problemo. I mean, you can still catch a spine here and there, but it's not a problem. And by the way, this is a plant where I had to grow it out because one piece had skin discolorations there. And now we've grown it out. We invested the time instead of just ditching the plant. And yeah, look at it now. I would say it was worth it. Sometimes it is worth giving plants a chance to recover from whatever they have. I know it's easier to discard something, but I mean, some of the best plants have been kept around by not giving up. Okay. More videos coming soon. Thank you.